Hello my crafty friends, it's Sylvia here. Welcome back in my channel. Thank you for joining me and support my channel by watching this video. Today I want to share my experiences about my latest AliExpress order. Most of the items was bought from this site except these two punchers. These are from a local hypermarket. Let's try them. As you can see, they are working well. They cut out teeny tiny stars and leaves. The blades are sharp, but I have to press harder than I expected. Okay, let's see what we can find in the envelopes. In the first one, there are two sets of alphabet. I ordered both of the capitals and the small letters. I want to use them in my art journal pages, but I also try them on my cards. The next package has one set of clear stamps with a coordinating die set and another cutting die set. The stamp set has two types of letters, a bold one and an outline style. The stamp and the coordinating die set fits well to each other. I suggest not to order the die set alone because without the stamp set, the cutted letters don't look good. They definitely need the stamping. Here is the second die set. It has nice tall letters with outline. The next envelope contains two sets of Happy Birthday sentiment making cutting die. Both of them has a background cutout piece, but they are not the same. And they have also some differences in the style of the letters. The next package has 4 pieces. This Hello sentiment is nice and big, very good, with a busy pattern background. It has 2 parts. The next one are these sets with the typewriter. 1 stamp set and 1 cutting die set. I was thinking about whether I need both of them or not, but lately I have to say it was a good decision to order both. The 2 sets fits to each other in size. You can combine the sentiments and the cutted out pieces with each other. The little sentiments are very cute and their size are just perfect for the paper size. The last one from this package is a basic circle set. I ordered it because it is a big one, nice for other crafty projects too, and it has a lot of pieces. The next one is this butterfly cutting die. Originally I ordered it because I would like to make some decorations with it, but I definitely want to try it on cards. On one side it is patterned with 2 butterflies and the other side is flat, so you can stamp on or write on it if you want. The last one is this device. This makes the corners rounded. You can choose from 3 sizes. It is very easy to use, only one punch and we have a nice rounded corner. Now let's see what we could create with these sets and devices. These are the cards what was made from this AliExpress orders, and I would like to go from card to say a few words about my experiences and my thoughts. Let's start with this. This is a butterfly die, and to be honest, I ordered it because I would like to decorate wedding tables with these. But I also wanted to try it out whether it works on cards or not. And I definitely have to say that it works. The size is just perfect for a European A6 card. And it's very sharp. It cut out the paper perfectly. I only glued this part of the butterflies so I could make this 3D effect by not gluing the wings down. I also used some butterfly pattern paper in the background and some sentiment, some rhinestones, and that is all. I think it looks good. The next one is this card and the cutting dies. By the way, the background is a kind of patchwork background with leftover pieces of papers, and the sentiment hello was made from these 2 pieces, but if you cut out the word hello, there is a little frame around the whole sentiment. I didn't use it this time, only the big background. And I also used this friend sentiment from this stamp set, and because the whole hello sentiment has this roundy shape, I wanted to make a round cornered sentiment for this one, so I used this device. I used the smallest corner shaper. By the way, rounded corners, the next card will be this one. I used the same device with the biggest corner shaper, and it worked well. I also used it inside of the card, and I used these stamp sets for the sentiment hello. I ordered the capitals and the small letters too. These are very handy stamp sets because you can write down whatever you want. You can make the cards and your projects very personal. You can use it in mixed media, art journal and scrapbook projects too. Stamping set, another stamping set is here with a coordinating die set. I made 2 cards with this, and maybe you don't see any difference between the 2 cards except the colors, but the difference is the experience, because in this card I first use the stamp set. I stamp it on the colored cards and then cut it out, and it was more difficult than the other way what I try out in this piece. In this piece I first cut out the whole alphabet from white paper, and I only picked out the letters what I needed. I had an acrylic block and some black ink, and I only stamped those letters what I needed. It was very fast, very clear, very easy. So the second one was much more easier. There is another cutting die set, but as you can see, it doesn't work for me. I try out two kind of papers. I try to roll across the cutting machine several times. I don't know how many times, but at least 7, 8. And as you can see, the letter O works well. It comes out easily. The letter C, I have to work a bit on this, and it doesn't have that sharp edges. Some letters come out, but not the best. And there are some letters like these ones which wasn't cut it out at all. I used 1 and 2 layers of other sheets of paper to have a bigger press on the cutting die and on the papers, but they just didn't work. So if you have any suggestions for me how to make this work, don't forget to write it in the comment section, because I don't know what's happening with this die, but it doesn't work. I tried to have the letter L and it's just broken. So it's not working. But what works well is this one, or these ones, the Happy Birthday sentiments. The difference between the two sentiments is not just the shape of the letters, but the background, because these backgrounds were separated and these are not. Of course, if you would like to use only the happy and the birthday words, you can use it separately, but with the background you cannot. But I think that both of them looks very good. I like them. And the first 3, which I like. The third is this one, the circles, which is, I think it's a very basic cutting die, and you can use it to make a colorful background like this one, what I made for this card. I only used 4 colors. I used the navy blue for the background and the background of the sentiment, the frame of the sentiment, and I used white, brown and light blue papers to cut out the circles. I used, I think, 6 or 7 circle sizes for this project, and I made these color combinations, just glue it down, and look, it's just beautiful. I love it. And the first 2, what I like the most are these cutting dies and stamping. I was really excited when I saw these sets, and I'm very happy that I ordered both, because in this case I stamp the typewriter machine with all of the buttons and the paper and everything in one stamp, but I have the coordinating cutting die in the cutting die set. And I have these leaves and flowers from a Sizzix cutting set, so it's not from this order, but they worked really well together. And in this case I used this set, but for making the sentiment and the writing on the typewriter I needed this set, so I suggest to order both of them. And I also used this puncher for the little stars. I didn't use this puncher from this set because it's like an autumn leaf for me, and it's spring now, so I didn't felt like I should do something which is like autumn. But I used these punchers to make these little stars, and I have to say that these punchers works well. They are very sharp, but I have some problem with this. When I cut out a piece of paper, I won't in this case, but I just would like to show, I use the punchers not in this way, but in this way, because I always like to see what I punch out or what I cut out. And in this case, when I make the moving punching, the button is just in the way, or my finger is in the way, because to make the move perfect, to cut the paper perfectly, I have to put my finger here. And this is how I make it strong, clear and fast. If I put my hand here, here, or anywhere else, it's not comfortable. But in this case, I just don't see what I'm doing. And until I cut, until that moment, the paper can move and I won't see what I cut out. So for me, it's not comfortable. I think that next time I won't buy these little punches, but except this, the other stamp and cutting die sets and the device is perfect. They was very cheap and they worked well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful for you. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you next time in my next video. Goodbye.